Oh, I'd like to take a few minutes to show you how to use Data Dashboard 1.0 to find most of the information that you'll need in order to check whether or not the school report cards for 22-23 are close in the information if there's no glaring discrepancy in data. So I'm going to show you how to get this information from Data Dashboard 1.0. So I go to my class link screen and you'll find I find Data Dashboard off to the right. So I'm going to click on that, Data Dashboard 2.0. I'm going to not use for this particular activity. So I'm going to click on that. It will sign me in. And here we go. I do not have a lot of permissions in the Data Dashboard, but those that I have are plenty. So I'm going to go over to the Enrollment tab first because I want to check and see the first set of numbers to see whether those are correct. You'll notice that Data Dashboard is what's current right now. However, it can be used to go back to specific points in time, some key markers from last year, from 22-23. And I'm going to do that by, first of all, selecting my school. So I'm going to just pick on Gillespie Middle School. I'm going to apply those changes. Now this is Gillespie's information. And over here on the left, you'll see Enrollment Dashboards. I'm going to go to Friday Counts because this is current numbers that you see here. So if I go to Friday Counts, that will allow me to go to a specific school year. In this case, I'm going to go back just 1 year to 22-23. And you'll notice here it says it's set for Friday, the third Friday in September. The other critical count is, if we use the drop down, the second Friday in January. We're going to keep it on the third Friday in September because that will get us the most similar numbers to what you will find on your state report card. Right here is the Friday counts of students by school. So not only will you see the Gillespie total number, but you'll also see the demographic breakdown all the way across the board. Now, if I want to take a look at, for instance, this is all grades, it's the way it's set up. If I want to take a look at students with special needs who are having an IEP, I click on yes, and that will get me those numbers. Now, please remember to take off this filter before you go to the next one. So I'm going to include all students. I'm going to look at those that have an EL status. You'll see that since it's on all students, it includes the EL status here at 158. This is, again, third Friday count from September of 2022. Now, low income, typically you will not get specific student information, but we don't need that. We need to know the current number, the number of students that were low income at that moment in time. Actually, we need the 6th of December, which is a little bit later. And you can either just know that it's going to be in the ballpark. You can use the third Friday in September count. You can look at the second Friday in January count. Those numbers are different. So that will be something that you just need to kind of eyeball and see whether or not they are, in fact, close to what the state is saying. So those are a couple of different ways for you to actually check the numbers, at least on the first portion of the test, of the report card. Looking at assessments, we can then go to the forward test, or for the ACT or Aspire, which is going back. The pre-ACT is not loaded on this particular dashboard. So let's take a look at the forward exam. You want to look at participation rate. We're going to just select a subject, English Language Arts. Again, it's Gillespie. It's all grades. It's all students. And we're going to also make sure that we get the correct year that it's tested. This was 22-23. And so we have the number of students in each one of these categories. You can take a look at, just see, we want to know the participation rate. So you can take 100% minus the not tested, which is in the white. And so you can simply look over this. This is 72 out of 442. So it's a 16.3%. Now, the big thing that I want to point out here is this is not necessarily full academic year students. So please keep that in mind. That number should be smaller when you will look at those students who are in the district for a full academic year. So you can use this to look at mathematics. You can use this to look at a couple other things and help you in determining whether or not your data is close. If there are data points that seem to be pretty distant, in other words, you think it's here, DPI shows it being here, please connect with the Research Assessment and Improvement team, and we will help sort through things and see if we can come up with a potential inquiry to DPI. If you have any questions, let me know. Tim Peterson at tpeterson2@madison.k12.wi.us.